Hi Mark, my name is Ryan Ke Jinten. I'm a junior and my student number is S054021.
Hi Mark, my name is Clara Lin Jiayi. My student number is S05410119. I'm a junior.
Hi Mark, my Chinese name is Yu Fuya. English name is Iris. Student number is 57. I'm a junior.
And today we're gonna discuss the documentary film about Amanda Knox, which is a mysterious story that actually happened in Italy. So Clara, I think you got some questions about the film.
Okay, so first, I want to ask you about what do you think of those media that called Amanda Foxy Knoxy? I think it's actually kind of insulting words for her.
Okay.
What do you think about those media and those public?
Maybe based on her friends, the neighbor maybe see her friends, they come and go with different men, or she often go to a pub, I don't know. So maybe that's why they call her Foxy Knoxy.
I think Foxy Knoxy is actually, a nickname on her social network. Is that I think one of the police officers from the media discovered Amanda Knox's personal profile of his social networks. I don't know what kind of app it is, and they just discovered it and they just called it to the public. So and I think Foxy Knoxy is actually called by Amanda herself.
Oh.
Is it? I do remember that. I think they did mention in the film.
So she called herself Foxy Knoxy?
Yeah, sort of, but the word is actually being interpreted into a really insulting word, just like what you mentioned.
Yeah, I think it's kind of insulting words. Yeah, because I think the public will just look at the only one side of the event and call her Foxy Knoxy.
Oh.
Yeah, then maybe because the public knows that she has sex with 7 men.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the reason. Yeah, they just judge people by one side of the event.
But it's weird to use a bad word to say about herself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird for Amanda to call herself a Foxy Knoxy. Maybe it's just for fun.
Oh.
Sometimes you might call herself a
A
B
B.
or something. I don't know. The B words there for something like that. I think most of the time people do that just for fun.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think it's later discovered in his diary that she had sex with 7.
Yeah.
That's stupid, isn't it? Your sex life being revealed, and some people will eventually call you a slut.
Yeah, I
Isn't
know.
it stupid?
And all the public knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the media and the public is a little bit too. I think it's too out of control to keep calling her like that. They actually don't want to know the truth. They just want to know the hot topic, the hot.
What people is actually interested
and
about.
there are
To catch
some
their eye.
television shows and news or talk shows talking about her, and the title name is like Foxy Knoxy, and the audience would just look at the Foxy Knoxy words, and then they would judge that, oh, you're a slut, like that.
But I think, do you want to say something about it?
Clara means that the people, or the audience may not be interested by the killer, but be interested by the Foxy Knoxy.
Yeah, because the newspaper or the title would just title Foxy Knoxy, and I think it's a little bit too.
Interested people.
Yeah, I think it's kind
But-
of insulting her.
But I think it's kind of
in some way.
it's a kind of way is actually the media grab people's eye. Is that? But if the headline of the news of the Daily Mail, you just say that Amanda Fox killed Meredith. It's a bit not something so special. Foxy Knoxy is a bit fun.
Title will attract people.
Yeah, a bit like a bit interesting, a bit more fun. It's not just telling you the fact. It's about calling something, adding another element inside of the headline to create some sort of interesting feeling. So yeah, I think it's fair for the media to do this. Most of the time people just do this. So yeah, I don't think that's wrong for the media.
What do you think, Irene?
I think it's a media way.
Yeah, it's how the media plays. It's the game, the game of media. Oh, mosquito. Sorry.
So in the video they say that Amanda says that she go home and take a bath, and she did not found that someone was killed and maybe someone is interrupt their house. So I want to ask you, is that possible you go home and you do not figure out that there's something wrong in your house?
I think in that case, what Amanda says, I think is very reasonable for me, because she just said that she stay the night with her boyfriend, and then she come back in the morning and then take a shower. And because maybe if you have a roommate, then you will just come home, and because it's early in the morning, then you will suppose that she's sleeping, so you won't go and bother her. So you just go straight into the bathroom and take a bath, and look at a little blood in the sink or on the carpet, and maybe because I don't think too much, so I may think that maybe there's some kind of period, period thing, and then but I think the excuse is reasonable for me, but I don't know whether it's excuse or not. Maybe what she says is true.
What about
How about you?
I mean, it's a bit unusual, you see, because when people die, I think it smells.
Oh.
Is it? I think it's not happened all of a sudden. It's happened like 2 or 3 hours later. So I think maybe there's some sort of smell in the air. But it's really surprising that Amanda didn't even notice that. When a cat has been hit on the road, I think about a few hours later, there'll be smells all over. And there's even in the public. And Amanda Knox, her roommate is actually in only a certain space. So the smell must be fulfilling all over the room. So it's not really natural for Amanda not to spot all these kind of things. It's quite easy, is that?
So you think Amanda may know that?
Yeah.
But she said tell a lie.
I think it's some sort of degree. It's a lie. It's a lie, is that?
And I think it is kind of implied for you. Maybe you think it's a period on the ground, you just don't clean it.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't clean it. So maybe she will think, oh, my roommate, why she has some blood on the sink and on the carpet?
Yeah.
Little carpet.
Yeah, maybe I'll think that is a period thing. I won't think too much about that. But I think what Ryan says is really reasonable, because when someone dies, there's really smell, and also there are blood everywhere inside the bedroom, and there might be the smell of blood.
Yeah, I think the smell of blood is really strong.
Yeah.
When you drop a little drop of blood, you smell it. And how do you say that is a big splash of blood?
Yeah, and the smell of blood may be very strong.
It's a lot of it. It's not, really.
So what do you think? Do you think it's
Do you think
reasonable?
it's reasonable? Something,
I think if ignore about the smell part, when I go into a bathroom, when I saw the blood, I will say, oh, bad roommate, because she didn't clean out her blood. Maybe I will go ask her, and then
You will find out.
Yes.
So you also think it's unreasonable for her not to find out that her roommate is dead.
yes.
But I think it's not only on the
Drunk? You mean sink?
it's actually on the hallway or something like that.
She says on the carpet, then it's the sink, then it's inside the toilet.
Oh.
So it
places.
looks like the period.
Yeah, it really looks like I will.
Do you use something to prevent your period from coming out and splashing on the ground?
Sometimes the period will
Is
be
it?
on the toilet. Yeah.
Is it too much? But I think it's not really.
Maybe she didn't have anything to clean, or she's just too tired.
But
Yeah, I think it's common for women, because you are not women.
Oh, well, it's not good to talk about this. But does this happen before? I mean, for Meredith, did Meredith do this kind of thing before?
He didn't mention.
Oh, he didn't mention.
Yeah, she did mention.
Yeah, give a guess. come on. If Meredith has this kind of habit to let his period on the ground, then maybe it's natural for this kind of thing to happen. But if Meredith had never do this kind of thing, and you spot it out, there's blood on the ground.
Yeah, but now the question is, we don't know what
Yeah.
Amanda says is true or not.
Yeah.
So, based on your words, you think that whether Amanda killed Meredith,
Yeah.
she must know she's that.
Well, what is? Can you just rephrase?
Sorry.
I mean, it's just a second.
You mean there's two ways.
Yeah, two ways.
One way is you mean there's two ways. One way is Amanda kill her roommate. Another way is Amanda know her roommate stuff. Based on your words.
I don't really mean by that. I mean, I don't know Amanda killed Meredith or not. I mean, Amanda must have known.
Oh.
Because it's really weird for a dead body to, and you just take a shower, do whatever you want to do.
So it's weird if she smells that and she still goes to the bathroom and take a bath.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the question is, maybe she made up the story. Yeah.
She didn't go.
So you mean
Yeah.
that is a part of that lie, of her whole lie.
Also, maybe she didn't go to the bathroom, take a bath.
It's just made it up. But what about the Raphael guy? The Italian. Is that Italian?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Raphael guy. Well, what does he do with this? I think he tells the police. He told the police that Amanda is with him
Yeah.
the night before.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? And so do you think Raphael is lying?
I think both of
I
These two
think
guys.
they are
If
lying.
based on the theory that I just built up, do you think Raphael is actually lying?
Yeah, I think it's lying.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
maybe. I think maybe what's her name? Amanda and Raphael
Yeah.
might do something bad to Meredith, or might know there's something bad happened to Meredith.
Okay, so this makes me think of a question. So if Amanda is not the killer, either Amanda and Raphael is not the killer, so who is really the killer? We can make a guess.
The police.
The police. I think it's
The police break into
impossible.
the house and kill Meredith. No.
No evidence. Sorry.
Sorry, it's just a guess. Just a guess. What do you think?
In the video, did Rudy know Amanda and Raphael? Did they mention it?
I think
Rudy knows Amanda, but not very familiar with her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rudy says that.
So what's the connection between Rudy and Amanda? Is it
They're just
some sort of sex partner?
Yeah, sex partner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sex partner, literally, and he just got Raphael, and Amanda got Raphael.
I think their relationship
Sex
is
partner.
really weird.
Oh God! Wow.
I think
Is it?
I think
I forgot.
because in the video says that the blade has the Meredith DNA
Yeah.
and
Rudy's.
the here is
Rudy's.
no, it's Amanda's DNA.
You mean on the
And
knife?
the knife, yes. And because the evidence is not clear enough, I think that maybe Amanda, in my opinion, I think Amanda and Raphael may not be the one that killed Meredith, but I think they know that someone killed Meredith. And maybe they watch.
Oh.
They are on the spot, they watch it.
They watch.
But they are not the one that killed Meredith.
Maybe just help the killer.
Help the killer kill
Give the
Meredith.
knife.
But what do you
Yeah.
what do you mean by to watch? Is it weird?
Yeah.
Meredith is Amanda's friend, and you just
Yeah, but maybe
In
but
the
you
video,
know-
they say they just didn't.
they try to figure out.
They just not that familiar with each other. They just maybe being together didn't for a long
But I
time.
think it's still a bit cool
Kill the roommate.
for you to watch a roommate being killed,
Or
just right
because-
in front of you.
In the end of the video, someone is supposing that it's maybe Meredith has insult Amanda in some kind of way, saying that you bring too much men home or criticizing her private life. And maybe Amanda is mad about that, and then she may
bring one
guy,
sexual
maybe,
partner,
and kill Meredith.
But I think this is kind of way the media says.
Yeah, the media says.
The media says what you just saw. I mean, Amanda brought her sex partner home and invited Meredith to join the game.
Yeah.
And Meredith refused. So Rudy and Amanda has been angry, being mad, and just killed Meredith.
Yeah.
So you mean?
So what about the Italian guy, the Raphael guy?
I think
He just stayed there and watched his girlfriend and his girlfriend's sex partner killed.
because I think both Amanda and Raphael is a little bit strange. They're a little bit odd. Both of them have known each other for 5 days and they are so sweet, like couples, and be together, and maybe they think way very alike.
Oh,
yeah.
and I think,
both of them are really odd in personality for me.
Yeah.
Maybe they just like to play different sexual games.
Sexual games.
Yeah.
Raphael didn't even have sex before.
Yeah, you can tell a lot.
Raphael,
Anyone can say that he didn't have sex before.
he's a virgin. He's a virgin.
Everyone can tell a lie.
So don't you believe Raphael?
I don't believe.
You don't believe Amanda. So do you believe Rudy?
But Rudy was accused already.
Yeah.
He was in the jail.
But I think it's a bit it's a bit
You mean-
discrimination because Rudy's an African Italian.
So you think there's kind of
Discrimination because
inside?
Amanda and Raphael are both white, and
Oh.
just Rudy is black.
Maybe racial problem.
Yeah, quite. But I think Rudy has record before. Have kind of I think they mentioned it.
I think
in the film.
look up the internet. Rudy has some
Records
record
before
before.
about crimes. isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
So maybe
Must be
the-
reasonable for the police
to accuse him.
So you all believe you two all believe that Rudy must be the killer. Nobody
I
suspects
think
or
that
Amanda.
Rudy must participate in
The kill.
killing Meredith, and I'm sure that Amanda and Raphael knows
This kill.
this killing event, that someone's going to kill Meredith, or maybe it's Amanda asked someone to kill Meredith. She didn't do it herself,
But she
but
asked
she know
someone.
she know it, or she asked someone to kill her. Yeah.
Wow, must be not healthy for his emotional state to do this kind of thing. It's a bit crazy, just because your roommate don't want to play sex game with you.
Yeah.
You ask your sex partner to kill her.
What do you think, Irene? Who do you think that kills Meredith?
I think not both. These three guys may participate this event.
Yeah.
And but I'm not sure who is the real one that actually killed Meredith. So I think three of them are telling lies.
So may I ask you a question? You two guys, what do you think about the Italian police?
You mean in the video?
Yeah.
That means there
Yeah.
is a
What
trouble.
was that? What was that called? Was it the certain word? I just forgot it.
I think some of the police.
But I think I don't know why he can say that. No one says there's someone. The police. Why can the police say that there's nothing was stolen? There's nothing. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Why?
They thought.
How can
Maybe the valuable belongings didn't be stolen. Maybe like gold, maybe like silver, maybe or something.
Yeah, I think.
What if a small thing was stolen?
Yeah, just like Teacher Mark said in the class, you are not the people who live there. So then
So,
how do you know that there's nothing that's stolen? Yeah, he just make judgments too quickly that nothing is stolen, but actually he didn't live there, so he would not know that.
Because that Italian think he's Sherlock Holmes.
Oh.
Yeah,
What does that
he
mean?
Sherlock Holmes.
he says she loves Sherlock Holmes, and
Oh.
he said he's Italian, and she just watched a lot of films about Sherlock Holmes. Yeah.
So, or maybe just the girl, what? Amanda told her, oh, there's nothing was stolen, just my roommate was killed.
I think the police a bit naive, you know, about she think this case is a game, and she just and the captain or the police captain or something is called what is it?
She was proud of being
The
a
Sharif
detective.
just say that he said he's a what is that word? Detective, and he thinks, you know, this is his case, but it's a bit not, because you cannot sentence someone based on
Your own,
barely no evidence.
your own perspective. You
Yeah.
need to have a
You don't even
evidence.
Yeah.
objective evidence.
Like before the Supreme Court obviously just say that
Yeah.
based on the biological evidence that it's
Yeah.
not enough to say that Raphael and Amanda
Yeah.
participating in killing this meritorious event.
Yeah. I think what the Supreme Court do is right.
Maybe he just based on his experiences. But in my experience, I just be in the place. He may think, in my experience, this just is a killing, not a things was stolen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just based on his experience.
But the Italian police are a little bit too judgmental. He just make the judgment too quickly instead of giving the evidence. And do you remember that he says that something that this is probably that boys will not do, it is girls.
You mean
cover
Cover the
blanket.
wheel. Yeah, and what theory is he based on? I just really confused. Yeah, so I think he's a little
based
bit.
on Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, maybe. I think he just judged the thing too quickly by his own thoughts or experience, and it's not quite.
Maybe it's because that Sharif didn't have this kind of big case before. Because I think you know he lived in that place for like 30 years, 40 years, but never have this kind of killing case. So he is so excited. Yeah, I think at first we saw that he's so excited and he's so confident that he believes that he's right. His statement is right. He's right. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask the question: what do you think about the result of Amanda Knox and the whole process? Because you know that she's accused, then she's not accused, then she's accused, then she's not accused, and the process takes completely 8 years for her. Yeah, until from 1987 to 2005. Yeah, what do you think about the so long process? And do you think the Italian Supreme Court should repay her something? Yeah.
But let me answer something first, okay? I think the Italian government or police, whatsoever, gave Amanda Knox a bunch of money.
Really?
Why? What do you
For
think?
yeah, I think they said it before
Oh, they
because
say that?
Pay.
isn't it? I think I remember that. I think they gave it money just for what's the word?
Call someone like accused.
Compensate.
Oh yeah. Compliment or something. You know, just for this kind of long case. Okay, back to you. What do you think about the question?
Because your answer. I think, but it is sometimes it is unnecessary for the government to give that kind of compliment because she make her into that kind of situation. You know what I mean? She go to a bathroom and didn't find out that her roommate was killed. Maybe the police have some reason to have, how should you say that?
To suspect
Yeah.
her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe it is kind of her fault and Raphael's fault.
Oh.
Yeah. The Italian government do not sue her because there's lack of biological evidence, but they sue her because of her action, of her words, and of her experience.
Just like the screening.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
at the
So
first
you
sight?
think, yeah. So you think that they should not give the
Maybe
Italian
a
government,
little.
yeah, maybe should only give her a little compensate
But not
to
too
Amanda.
much.
Yeah, okay, I agree with your point.
What about you?
I think. What is your question?
Do you think the government, the Italian government, should compensate Amanda for being?
I think it is because the final result is that Amanda is free,
Yeah, it's free.
and it takes her about 10 years,
8.
8 years,
Whatever, it's a long
a long time, yeah, and you're just stuck in there, and you can do nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's a kind of spiritual torture for her,
Yeah.
you know.
Because when you go on the street, like what Amanda says at the end of the film, when you go to a supermarket to buy something.
Oh, I know you.
I know you have sex with Cinderella.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, disgusting.
I think it's not something to do with money. It's something to do with her life, her fame, and her relationship, her entire relationship and entire fame.
But I think she got money. Netflix have to shoot this film, and and they must pay Amanda Knox
Yeah. So,
a large amount of money.
do you want to get a bunch of money?
But I
and
think
let
Amanda
everyone
Knox.
hates you?
But I think Amanda Knox looks happy. In
She
the
looks
film.
happy?
In
What
the
is
in
that?
the
Not happy, but I think in a peaceful.
but in the I pick up the internet
Yeah.
the wiki
Yeah.
Wikipedia. Her photo looks she's happy.
She's happy.
Yeah.
She's happy.
Yeah,
I
but
think she's happy.
who looks sad when taking a photo?
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
That's not her true life.
Oh.
She may be sad, upset because she's famous for this kind of event, and the event is a bad event.
Oh.
You want yourself to be famous for something. For example, you have sex with 7 men. Yeah, you don't want to be popular for that thing,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Not very glorious.
Maybe just how long? Maybe 10 years after that, people just forget it.
But it takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time.
Maybe Amanda goes to live in the mountains like the sex offenders. Live together, have sex. No, just joking. Just joking. Yeah. Yeah, because I think if the case actually happens in Taiwan,
People will always know that,
I think that
remember that.
yeah, people will remember it, and we will discuss it even like 20 years after
Yes.
the time.
Yeah, but I think the time is too long for her. I think if there's lack of evidence, then maybe they should quickly decide it in 1 or 2 years. And I think it postponed the time for too long, and I think it's really hurt. If she didn't really kill Meredith, I think it's the High Supreme Court should pay more money back to her.
But what if she did kill Meredith? That kind of long time, she was deserved.
But we don't know.
Yeah, because I think it'll be weird because if you really kill someone, then maybe they would find her DNA inside the room.
But
Yeah,
maybe
there's
just
no DNA
but
inside.
like it's too
Low. For
low.
the DNA to keep. I think
Technology.
I think the evidence or something didn't kept being preserved, being kept in a really good condition. So maybe the very direct evidence must be erased. So there's no way that the police can find the DNA or something, maybe because of the Italian police, because the attitude toward this case is really, I don't know how it's easy too simple to feel it as a simple thing based on that charade. So when I conclude the whole discussion by this, will this stop you from going abroad to be in like an exchange program like Amanda Knox did?
You mean the place she lives?
Yeah, because Meredith is killed in her trip to like Italy for an exchange student or something. I don't know.
I won't change to that kind of.
Will this kind of incident stop you from going abroad?
You mean
For-
only there or everywhere?
Everywhere. Because maybe you are dating someone that is similar to Amanda Knox. You don't know.
Oh, but I think I will still.
Yeah, maybe I would. You say first.
Oh, I think I would still go abroad to exchange, but not like a country. Maybe America, although America is.
America have guns.
I know, but
Guns. Boom, boom.
but in our thoughts, we may think that America, United Kingdom, or Japan is higher. How to say that? Higher
Developed.
Yeah, higher developed country. So we may think that is maybe it's more safety for us. Maybe.
Okay.
So you think that Italian is not high developed country?
Sorry, I don't
Oh,
know.
but American is killing buffalo in a cave, and Italian has a law. For the Italian.
America is far more dangerous than Italy.
But in my own opinion, I think some place in Europe is not kind of safe for me.
Oh yeah, really.
So what about
I will still go abroad because I think it's not the matter.
you? It won't bother you.
Yeah, it's not the matter. It's if the case will happen, it will happen. It will not
Yeah.
matter if it happens in
Yeah.
Taiwan or in Italy. I think it's just the fate. If it wants to come to you, then it just comes to you.
Oh.
So
How about you, Ryan? You haven't talked about yet.
I think I won't be bothered. Yeah, just like what you said. It's the it's the case happened before, and we just keep away from those suspicious people and to make yourself safe.
And always care about your roommate.
Yeah, always care about your roommate. This is our
Yeah.
this is our conclusion about this talk. Your roommate might be a dangerous one,
Yeah.
just like every accident.
And treat your roommate well,
Or your
one
friend.
day
Yeah, or
your friend.
maybe one day
you will.
Someone will be.
your neighbor might kill you.
Yeah.
Your neighbor might be a sex offender. Your neighbor might be a killer.
So we should treat everyone well.
Okay, so thank you for the discussion today. Have a really great one, and thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Bye bye.